All right, this is gonna be my first day working out. This is all my workout stuff that I used to use. Bunch of junk down here. I kind of need to organize it because I'm gonna move it all like over into that area right there so I can get it all set up the way I want it. And that way I can put a whiteboard, I think, on that wall so I can track all my stuff. I normally just use my phone, but I got some kind of cool stuff. I did a job for a neighbor who gave me this thing right here, kind of like as a trade. And it's worked out pretty good. I mean, it can do some stuff, but obviously it's like I don't know what it is because I can't remember, but everything else I pretty much just had to get. So I have a bunch of random equipment. I got that thing right there to do like pull-ups, I think is what it is. And you can do other things on it, but I can't remember what they're called. I got a little pull-up bar up there. My bench goes with this thing right here, which I want to say is for like squatting maybe. I can't really remember, but this is going to be the first day to kind of work everything. So I'm going to get measurements. I still have some muscle, but man, I spent like a month or something like that in the hospital, like in a bed, not being able to work out. So I lost a lot of strength because of that. And then all I could eat was like food from the hospital, which obviously wasn't very good. I also got one of these right here. I think this is like this action, but I can't remember what that's called. So I kind of got everything I need to do all the random stuff. So, I mean, we're just gonna have to find out. And then this right here, preacher curl, okay. It's weird that some stuff I can remember because of this brain surgery and the cancer. Some stuff I have no problem recognizing, but other stuff, it's like so hard for me. And then different parts of the day, like this is early morning. So this is the best time for me to be doing, like making this video because for some reason my brain like works the best. As I go through the day, I'll forget most of what I'm even talking about. And it's like so hard for me to think about what I'm saying. I don't really know what causes that. So maybe somebody out there that watches one of these videos does know and they can leave me a comment or whatever. But yeah, I mean, I'm basically at the point where I have some doctor's appointments in a couple of days and I'm gonna have chemo worked out, started, whatever I'm doing, and possible radiation. More than likely, I'm not doing the radiation though. And the reason is because I can't really see it right now. I got to cut my hair again, but where that tumor is, it's right next to my speech, which is why my speech is kind of whacked out. And so when they shoot the rays through my brain, the chances are super high that I'm going to lose my ability to hear, my hearing. And they didn't guarantee it, but they can't, like, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, I don't know. It's a guesstimate. But they said it's high likelihood, which I'm going to assume means probably it's gone. And they also said I'm going to lose my ability to speak like I can right now. It's going to get worse. And I'm also going to get dumber. So, I mean, so I'm not really looking forward to that. And I think that my decision at this point is I'm moving forward with the process to get myself to the level where I can like wait till the last minute to like be like, nah. I have an MRI. I think that's what it's called. They're going to look at it. When they look at it, I'll kind of make a decision at that point. But when they treat my brain, and I don't know if it's the way they do it for everybody, they're going to shoot an MRI. No. They're going to give me chemo and radiation at the same time. And I know that's like standard practice is what they basically told me. But they have a brand new drug. I want to say it's called Vorticin or something like that, which prevents the cancer cells from growing. And there's a clinical trial right now that I'm trying to get into, which is TMZ, I think is what it's called, for my brain cancer. For the, I can't tell you what it's called, but it's like TMZ or something like that. And that other one, both of them at the same time. And supposedly it helps to kill the cells that exist now and prevent regrowth. So the chances are high that like if that actually works for me, then I won't do, is it radiation? I keep forgetting which one is which, so it's kind of hard. So hopefully this video makes sense. So if I don't have to do the radiation, then I'll be able to stay at least where I'm at right now and hopefully improve. I'm going to be doing speech therapy and some other things because my brain is visual, and I don't know how else to say it, but I can look at stuff that's out here, and I can understand what it is. In my head, I'm not confused about what all that is, but I can't tell you what it is because I can't speak the words. And the only other thing is like, since I can't read or write, it like screws up my ability to read things appropriately because the words are like jumbled. That's the best way I can say it, is all I know is A, B, C, and that's it. And if I try to go above that, I can only kind of do it a couple more characters or whatever those are in my head, but I can't say them out loud, right? And when I see a word of more than just like 2 or 3 basic things, it hurts my head. And I think it's because my brain, my eyes are perceiving things. Perceiving, is that? I think that's a new word for me, so I don't understand exactly what that means. But when I look at stuff in reality, what my brain thinks it is, it's not the same. So, and I got a pretty good tan because I've spent a lot of time outside, which is kind of nice. And what's funny too is like my hair color is a little bit, it's interesting. I guess it must be the light that's above me, because in this, I got a new phone too because my old phone, I could replace it for free. So this is the 10XL or something like that, the Pixel. And the quality is a lot better. I mean, I don't really know how much difference it is because I had a 9 before, but and I like this phone. It's a little bit bigger. I need it because I can see better. And it's like I'm learning in my life that I'm so cheap, I never want to spend money. But like with stuff like this, I'm like so handicapped that I have to do whatever I can to like make it easier on myself. And I never wanted to spend money before, but I moved over to like AT&T, I want to say, which maybe isn't a good network. I don't know, but it works for me. And they just had a deal where I have a Pixel 9, and they just had a deal where I could get the 10 basically for free. I don't really understand. It doesn't make sense to me, but whatever. And I could trade in a broken iPhone 14 that I had from a different network. And I had to buy that Pixel because that iPhone it just shut off one day and it stopped working. But whatever, now I'm getting off track. So basically, this is my first day working out, so I'm gonna do what I can. I just got over a 5-day fast. I got to the point where I like could barely move because I was like so not sore, but like just like weak. So I ate my first breakfast this morning. Now I'm gonna do kind of like an easy workout, but I like to work out super hard, and maybe that's a problem because before all this cancer stuff, I was working out like 2 times a day, and I was like super overdoing it, and it was like making me like, it was just crazy because I would be so tired by the end of the day, I would basically pass out. And I would also work, I can't really tell you, but I'd also 16 hours is what it is, like long, like from the beginning of the day all the way to the end, because I just wanted to work. And mainly because I actually wanted to make a lot of money that I could store up so that I could retire in like 10 years and then go travel the world and do whatever I want to. But then I learned about this cancer. So now, depending on what happens, I mean, I hope that the stuff that I do and like how fit I'm going to get and everything else is going to like keep it at bay. And I'll live longer than the 5 years they're kind of basically giving me. But they told me, they didn't necessarily tell me 5 years, because if you look at the studies for what I have, it's level 3. And it's like super weird DNA. And so when you look on their website, it's literally like 14 months or something like that. That's not very much time. But the reality is I've already accepted it. And I think it's really hard for other people to do that, is just to accept the fact that they're going to die. Literally everyone's going to die. I mean, if I live to 100 years, that would be incredible. But the chances are very high that I won't because of this stupid cancer. But, I'm lucky in a way in life because I did a lot of stuff. I already had kids. I got 4 kids. I worked really hard in my life. So I'm going to be able to take care of them when I'm gone in my retirement stuff. So unfortunately, like, I don't know if there's a way to start getting my retirement out now, because obviously if you get it out early, you have to pay freaking a ton of taxes for it. So I need to look into some of that kind of stuff. But the reality of life is, I never traveled the world. I never wasted any money. I saved up a lot of stuff and put it into my retirement because I wanted to make sure that I could do all that kind of stuff when I was gonna retire. So I was in the process of building an airplane. There's a wing of it right there. So it's like an RV-7. I just basically, everything I wanted to do in life, I kind of like pre-planned. And so, I don't know. I kind of forgot what I was going to say, but basically, I think it's important in life to not to wait. You know what I mean? Don't wait. You got to get out there and you got to do the things that you want to do. Don't waste your time playing video games, worrying about a bunch of political stuff, worrying about political people, worrying about a bunch of BS that doesn't even matter in your life, being all upset about other people that you can't even control, and like a bunch of other stuff that just doesn't matter. What you need to do is spend your time developing yourself. Make yourself as good as possible. Make sure that your family is taken care of. If you got issues with your family, try to fix it. And if you can't fix it because people in your family are literally mental, then move on from it. That's just how simple it is. You got to realize you cannot change them. You can only change yourself. You can make yourself as good as possible. You can treat them kindly. You can forgive them easily. You cannot let what they do and say affect you. And I think all that kind of stuff will make you live a good life, a happy life. And you got to let them do what they do. I mean, that's the reality. And, it's the same thing with every other person. And you should definitely make sure you vote, especially in whatever country you live in. I mean, I'm an American, so I'm going to talk about America. And you should make sure that people are doing, whoever you're voting for, are voting for things that affect you personally and make this world a better place. Not people that worry about race and different religions and whether or not you have very specific types of healthcare or a whole bunch of other BS that really doesn't matter, especially if you're not even in that group that doesn't affect you. And I mean things like, this is kind of like probably a hot take, but I'm talking about stuff like if you're a man and you're worried about women being able to have abortions or whatever, and you're voting for somebody because you either like it or hate it, and that's the only reason you're voting, and you don't care that they want to do all this other crazy stuff, you're an idiot, okay? Because the reality is abortion is here, and abortion has been here, and it's never, ever, ever going to stop. And you know why? Because you're always going to have stupid, dumb, and bad people, period, okay? It exists now. They can go around the world if they have to. So listen, the only way to stop abortion is to dummy up, which means become smart on your own, okay? Get whatever your religion is that's anti-abortion. Make sure that you're living that way appropriately so people can see that you're living that way and they can use you as an example. And also making sure that you communicate to your own friends and family that they should not do stuff related to that might cause those kind of things. That's easy. Also, you shouldn't be going and hanging out with a bunch of nasty girls who want to have intercourse with 20 different guys and whacked out stuff like that. I don't even understand that. Like, that's such a screwed up, that's such a messed up thing in my own head. Like, I'm obviously in a slightly generation than the younger generations, and I think older people are even like further off than that. But man, why would you ever be attracted to a woman that has had intercourse with like 20 guys? Okay, even 5 guys. That's freaking nasty. Okay, for so many reasons. Their DNA gets inside of them, and it's with them forever. So if you end up having kids with them or whatever, you have like all these DNA particles from all these other guys and stuff like that. And that's sick. Okay. There's a billion girls on this planet. Find a good one. You know what I'm saying? That's the way you destroy the economy of all the bad people that want to run around and have abortions and all of this other nasty stuff that's going on. People that are getting divorced and whatever else. You do that by stopping, you stop the process of those bad people to exist. And the way that you do that is you get rid of their economies, okay? You don't watch their stuff online. You don't pay money to girls you'll never be able to date online or whatever else. And if you go on a date with a woman, don't do intercourse with them. It's very basic. It's very, very basic, okay? You don't need any of that kind of stuff, especially if it's like I can't think of any other word because of this brain cancer. It is what it is, but like a hooker type person. Why do you want to get involved with a girl that's like super, super hot, but that's been with a lot of women that has a bunch of problems? That doesn't make any sense. Okay. This needs to become a generation of strong men, real men, men that can wait. You know what I'm saying? Men that can only go after the best possible women. And I'm talking about not the hottest women that dress claddily, that have a bunch of fake parts and have been with a lot of guys and whatever else. I'm talking about women who want to make babies, have families, be strong, clean women, be with one guy, okay? That kind of stuff. Build a generation of actual good people, good men, good women. That solves so many problems. When you have people that can't be with one person, they want to just have sex with everybody, and they don't want to be dedicated to one person. All that does is cause problems. And it might be fun in the beginning, but eventually it becomes that situation where people resent each other and it causes issues. And then if they have kids, you screw up the kids, and on and on and on and on and on. And we get to a situation like where we're at right now in America, where there's a lot of divorce. There's guys and girls that just go around doing whatever they want to, and all they do is cause drama and cause problems. And listen, it's this simple. If you just read the lyrics on almost all music that we have right now that's currently playing, and it was happening from a long time ago, because in the 90s, I listened to a lot of music, but that's all that they're always about. Finding women, hooking up with them, and then basically leaving them and moving on to the next one. That's stupid. All right? So all those people that were teaching you that stuff, and if you listened to it because you were too smart or too strong to stay away from it, you're an idiot. And all you have to do is change your ways a little bit. Find a good woman, okay? Somebody that you're going to be dedicated to, that you can take care of for the rest of your life. That's so much better, okay, than anything you're ever going to get from some random chick who's got 50 boyfriends, who's going to leave you for another boyfriend, who's going to treat you poorly, who's going to cause all these kind of problems. Find a dedicated woman that you are going to be dedicated to and that will be dedicated to you. That's going to give you the best possible life that you could ever have in your future. And if you ask people that are real, people that have lived life, people that are actually honest with you, they're all going to agree that the most important thing is to have a family, get a good relationship with a woman or a man, and go as long as you can in that situation, because money and power and wisdom and all this other crap goes away. There's always going to be people with more, always. But you know what they can't have? A good relationship with one person, your own family, your own kids. Those things they can never take away, and you're always going to be different at a different level. You can never compare your kids, your family to other people, because that's not possible, okay? Only people make that up in their heads. The rest of it, though, of course, you could compete against how much money you make and all that other kind of stuff. That's so unimportant in life. Spend your time making an incredible situation for you and your family. That will make you the most happy the longest possible. And if you end up with a problem like me where you're going to die young, you'll still be happy. And guess what? I'm 40 and I'm happy, because I know all the stupid stuff that happened to me, but I'm going to leave behind kids and happiness and a generation of people. I may never be able to be like a grandpa like I want to be, because depending on what happens. So that's the only thing that makes me super sad, is I want to see my family grow and mature and move on. And I want to see my kids grow up. And if I don't get to see that, that's just a reality of life. But at least I'm still happy that I got to this point, that I got to have kids, that I got to do these kind of things. And I didn't wait forever. And I started young, because the first kids that I had, my oldest kid right now is 22. So I started literally when I was 18. I got married, and I just went forward with life. And now at this point, I'm just I'm so happy. I've basically, I can't tell you what the word is, but I've accepted what's happening to my life, and I'm just going to live the best I can. And it is what it is. And I might say stuff about whatever I want to say stuff about, because I'm not worried about it anymore. I used to care about what everybody else thought of me and all this other kind of stuff. I mean, not that much. I'm talking about family people. I cared about what my family said, because some of them are pretty religious and whatever else. And so that used to hurt my feelings, because the reality is if you read the books tell you all you need to know. And most people never do that. So they're judging you, and they're not supposed to. So if the books say not to judge you and they're judging you, they got some kind of a problem, and you got to make sure that you don't turn that into an issue.